Alright, it's time for part 2. Just to
What the
clarify...
fuck am I watching?
So, Dwibs, what are your thoughts so far on the comic?
You're-
Well then, Dwibs, get ready for it to go below even that.
Oh boy.
Trust me.
It says it right there in the cover, the red zone. We're about to enter the red zone.
No,
Yeah.
the cover is even more truthful about the comic itself. I mean, the actual character have vanished and only left some shade of them.
But they're over there, and they're... Oh my god, they're naked!
It's... yeah, exactly. Why is this supposed to be a parody of Left Behind? I mean, that's a reference to Left Behind. Because God's involved? Where's Nicolas Cage?
Actually, considering this came out in 2000, they're probably talking about the Kirk Cameron version.
Anywho. But yeah, overall, my thoughts on the comic. The artwork's good. And I will chuckle at the fact that it gives the implication that a lot of superheroes are off in the distance walking nude. Bibs?
Alright, so without any further ado, let us begin with my pretentious narration.
On to page 1.
2 weeks after the Black Light event, which rendered Earth's superpowered heroes powerless, technology now reigns supreme. Evil technology.
You're mine, Luthor, and you're dead.
Still can't believe it, but after slaying the cybernetic Superman known as Steel, the gigantic nightmare robot is now resuming its assault on the LexCorp complex.
Somebody be the
The
guard.
terror has been evacuated, Mr. Luther. It's time to...
Get back to your station and hold all calls.
What?
Now, or you're fired.
Jeez.
I thought Mr. McMahon was bad.
And yes, the next couple of pages are Booster Gold and Blue Beetle actually trying to do something in saving the day.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we skipping pages?
Yeah, it's just Booster Gold and Blue Beetle fighting the robot and the other tech-based villains with Lex.
I would like to comment a bit on page 4 though. So because the page 4 is really
that
stupid
reminds me. Before we get to page 4, page 3 also shows that the Toyman special elves are in fact the criminals from the last comic who are questioning whether or not they should actually do something.
Yes.
Yeah, because we aren't, whatever.
Okay. If I can give this fight scene credit, it's at least portraying the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold competent enough.
Which, trust me, for the time it was a huge improvement because Booster Gold and Blue Beetle up until Infinite Crisis were treated like the jokesters of the JLA.
Okay.
Even though Booster Gold actually say the word multiple times, but I'm digressing.
Anywho, page 4. Go on, dear.
Haha! Surprise! Thanks to my new helpers, vengeance on Luthor is finally mine!
They all seem to be notorious technology-enhanced criminals, and from my position here on the ground, I can recognize Captain Cold, Batallo, Heatwave, and many others.
Yeah, notice a pattern.
Who's Booster
actually...
Gold?
Duh! My arm frozen! Can't use my power gauntlet!
Okay, then,
Booster,
Pedro,
aren't
you be Blue Beetle.
Aren't you supposed to have a force field that you can use against these kind of things?
Remember, they lost the powers.
No!
Oh, but
it's
Booster did.
tech-based. It's technology-based, remember.
God damn it, I'm so confused.
Right.
Well, this is Doug Monk's selective way of choosing who's normal and who's not.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if this were different continuity, it would work, but let me remind you, modern age, it's only a what-if.
Brewster's in trouble. Gotta do something before... What?
Perfect.
And on page 5, yeah, even Blue Beetle gets a bit wrecked, but I guess
Basically, they get their asses handed to them.
It just keeps getting worse as the robot now scores a direct hit on the bug.
Mm-hmm.
Page 6.
Forcing it down in flames.
Gotta jump clear fast.
Scratch.
Scratch one bug and 2 or 3 ribs. But I'm probably lucky to.
Look out!
Ha ha ha, get it.
And now we're back to treating them like the jokesters.
Yeah.
They're both down, but maybe still alive.
If so, just barely.
I say we...
Wait, helicopters. Good enough, clowns. Now leave before there are questions to answer. That's right, it was Luthor who hired them to help the Toyman to stage this. Although, to be fair, this is in character for Luthor to be this criminally, let's just say he likes to use Batman gadgets.
Chicken mercenary, they're supposed to be much to Toyman's dismay.
However, if I can give Luthor in the comics some credit, he was the villain who finally addressed the concern we had. If a villain can make all this stuff, why doesn't he try and profit off of it? You see, Luthor used to be an evil scientist, but now, well, in modern ways, it sort of balances off. But basically here, he's a business... No, he's not a president yet. He's a
very successful businessman
who owns half of Metropolis. He goes about it shrewdly. So yeah,
that doesn't mean he cannot get on the action himself. Sometimes he uses an exoskeleton.
So basically, the villains betray Toyman. They retreat, and of course, the military comes in to settle the problem. Yada yada yada. Yeah. Attack at will. Next page. Page 8.
Page 8.
Okay, page 8.
It's the National Guard, just as Luthor predicted.
You alright, Boost? Oh, sorry, wait. We're on page 8, right?
Yeah, we're on page 8. Bibs.
Sorry. You alright, Boost?
Oh, wait, no, Pedro's Blue Beetle, you're Boost.
Whatever.
You got your roles reversed, Webs. You alright, Boost?
Broken arm, I think, but I'll live.
Only if we haul up out of this fire zone, pal. Come on, try to move faster.
You're too far away.
Yeah.
You'll never make the shot from here.
What?
And now, yes,
it's Hawkman. Flying straight into the now empty gut of danger, blasting a National Guardsman's rocket launcher right into the metal monstrosity's hollow heart.
Honey, I thought I told you not to watch Fox News anymore. This doesn't sound sane at all.
Yeah, also, Hawkman using a rocket launcher. This is so wrong on so many levels. Anyway, next page.
9.
Now, the main circuit's blowing out. Losing all control.
Boom. Back. Everyone stay clear.
Watch out. He's doing something.
Look out.
Look out. Move. Go, go, go.
It's over. The robot is down.
Yay!
So yeah, they say Booster and Gold are depressed because they did jack shit. Lex Luthor is evil because he's evil.
And Steel is dead because he's dead.
And because he was an idiot.
So
Over to page 11 for more angst from Superman.
Basically,
God, I hate this page.
Before we do that, though, basically on page 10, Lex Luthor is also roping in Toyman on a deal. Okay, it's time for page 11 coming on. It's you
Mere
and me.
weeks after the figurative death of the original and true Superman, now apparently in seclusion since the loss of his powers which once could have averted today's tragedy.
Jesus!
We'll have more on the senseless pure.
Before we go into the monologue, let me just point out, the comic itself said that the powers could have saved people. There's going to be a suggestion. Yeah, let's just say there's going to be a suggestion that them losing their powers was a bad thing. Just remember that dialogue for later. Okay, It's you and me, Pedro. I know how you must be feeling, but...
I wish you did, Lois, but you can't know, because you're human. I was an alien. Wait, you were an alien? Just because you lost your powers doesn't change the fact that you're still an alien. You came from Krypton. Being an alien is never going to change. Fuck you. An alien with the power to save lives. The sole consolation of being a dead world sole survivor.
Consolation? Are you actually acting like you ever found that a good thing?
Now it's all gone, but I just can't put it behind me because I'm emo now for some reason. Look at me, Lois. What am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? Now I'm human too, but I feel like so much oh, fuck you!
How about continuing your reporter's job at the Daily Planet?
I think even Dwibs will get what I'm about to say. Okay. See, first of all, this is the number one rule of when writing Clark Kent. He's Clark Kent before he's Superman. He grew up as a human in Kansas with his parents. He's perfectly fine living as a human. He knows the life of a human. He knows.
The only time this sort of attitude is allowed is if you're doing something based off of Golden Age Superman, who was all superior and mighty. I mean,
or if Superman is truly incapacitated, like paralyzed or something, and cannot help others. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sorry, Mako. Superman's one of those cases where even the Silver Age guy was at least a fleshed out enough character. And this is the Silver Age we're talking about.
All right, moving on to page 12.
Well,
Oh, God. No. I don't want to, but I have to. Oh, God. Forgive me, Clark. But I just can't bear this anymore. I can't bear to be with you like this.
I know, and I don't blame you, Lois. I don't deserve your love. Fuck this comic!
Hold on. Let's finish the page before I really tear this one anew.
Once I could have created this diamond simply by squeezing a lump of coal. Fuck this
that was the
fucking
Silver
comic.
Age.
Hey, Joe, keep focus.
Sorry. Now, whatever. I just bleed. I'm sorry, Lois.
Okay,
Da-da-da-da.
objection! Bullcrap! No!
Guys,
This is
guys,
one more
I
day
should-
before one more day. I
okay,
say.
guys, I should give you more forewarning. I mean, I know you're enraged at the moment, but if we overdo this, we could end up annoying the viewers.
Trust me,
Trust me,
Dwibs.
the viewers are just as angry as we are.
Okay, Dwibs, you know how One More Day has a big problem for an obvious reason? Well, this was one more day before one more day. Basically, Dwibs, want to try and guess why Lois actually fell in love with Clark Kent? Did it have to do with A, him being a caring person, B, him being a good person, C, him being Superman, or D, everything except for C?
B, do I win £1 million?
Actually, the answer was D, but
Close,
yeah.
but not cigars.
But yeah, you're close enough. Basically, this comic is implying that Lois can only love Superman for being Superman, for being a superhero and all that. I mean, screw the fact that he's actually a good person at heart. Screw the fact that she knew he was Clark Kent. And also
Hell, she already accepted his proposal even before she knew he was Superman.
Yeah.
I know I feel weird about saying this, but the character of Lois in Smallville has more dignity than this Lois.
That Lois is okay. Granted, she's not the best. But yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. But yeah, Dwibs, I mean, I think Dwibs, certainly you can see where we're coming from on this.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It's just, yeah.
Don't worry. Anywho, but I mean, it's not just that, but it's like, well, this should be a rule for comic book relationships in general. Unless you're purposely writing your relationship to pretty much be a wife beater or husband beater, or say a very unhappy relationship, you should make it that the characters love each other for who they are, not what they represent.
Also, can I just point out one thing? If Superman truly is now on a human level and is supposed to be powerless, why is he still so bulky?
Oh, well, because I guess he kept the physique. Although later, him keeping the physique isn't going to make jack all sense, especially when we get to issue number 3. But anywho, unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we should move on to page 13.
Yeah, let's move on. 5 days later.
Come in, John. Thank you again for attending Unc's funeral.
Do you mean
I
funeral?
want to explain who's this character.
Basically, this is Steele's niece.
Yeah, no, just to fill in for the audience.
Okay, it's you and me.
John Henry Irons was a great man, Natasha, and I hope you realize how vital his legacy.
And yes, audience, he was called John Henry based on you-know-who. Yes, we know. Get it out of your systems. Of course, John. This way. Everything's still in his workshop, and I know Uncle would have wanted the Justice League to have it. I haven't been able to go in here since it happened.
If you want me to...
No, I can't. What? Oh no! Someone broke in! They took everything! The prototypes, all his designs and plans, even his computer, all his Steel secrets. John, all gone! But how could anyone know where to...
This is turning big, Nat, and God knows who's being missing, but what's being compromised. The world's in danger, its protectors crippled, and now
Oh,
someone
Jesus
sees our
Christ.
crotches.
Since we already pointed out how stupid it was to suggest that,
That's a
powers are a
stupid
crutch,
metaphor.
I think we can just, say that. Trust me, though,
And
we have an
on
even
page-
bigger, fresh bit of stupid on page 4. Well, actually,
page
no,
14
this is
the
actually
only
good.
sane page in the whole comic, in the whole series, pretty much.
Okay, Dweebs, get ready for this. The kid is actually the most mature character in this comic.
Context, Dweebs. This kid is called Billy Batson. He's the one that can turn into Captain Marvel by shouting Shazam.
Right.
Shazam.
And basically,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, this page is basically he has a job as a radio DJ something, and basically this page summing up is him actually accepting his condition and saying, I'll just move on with my life.
A
Kid, a 9-year-old kid.
He's right, okay, Michael. You think of all characters, Doug Moink would make this one the whiniest, and he would actually have a reason to. He was a kid who was a hero. I mean, literally, he had every kid's dream to be a hero, and yet he handles losing that the most maturely.
Like, discounted Superman has more dignity and maturity than the actual Superman. Think about this.
Okay,
It's kind of like in
Oh!
Power Rangers. It's kind of like in Power Rangers Turbo, where in one
Yeah.
episode there was a situation where the kid was the more level-headed.
Oh, goody, page 15. Now, this is the stupidity I was thinking
Oh
about.
no.
Okay, Pedro, it's you and me again.
Why?
Yes?
Why?
Who is it?
It's me, Diana. I don't know what, where.
Uh,
Yeah, he's just as confused as I am.
Come in, Clark, and I'll make some tea. Why the heck did I need to pause for that?
For dramatic effect.
Dear Lord, even the text, even the way
The
they're
tea
So
is
hold
like
on.
chocolate.
So hold on. She said, "Come in, Clark, and I'll make some." And then she shut up and only finished the sentence after she brought in the cups and the whatever.
Dear Lord, this is making even less sense.
Go ahead.
It's
Joe.
worse
I
than-
take it you can't sleep either.
It's worse than that, Diana. Lois and I are finished. She can't bear it anymore. Though I needed solitude. Almost went to the Antarctic to sleep forever outside the door to a fortress I can't even open.
Clark, speaking a bit out of character for a bit, I, in some iterations, have been a man-hating Amazon, and even I find that retarded. But you didn't go.
No, couldn't even do that. I can't go on with the woman I love. But I can't miss it alone either.
Okay. For those who haven't seen Superman the movie 2, either cut, Superman can very well travel to the Arctic even without his powers. Just
Yes.
pointing
Oh
that out.
boy, this line.
Hey, wait a minute! Yes, I'll do it. Were we too
Spare yourself,
arrogant?
please.
Were we too arrogant, Clark? The Superman and the Wonder Woman being so exalted that we felt like gods?
Reminder that Diana not only has been created by the Greek pantheon, not only has been interacted with the Greek pantheon, a lot of for a period of time she became a goddess too. So technically, yeah, you were a god.
Yeah.
Fuck you, comic.
So you
Not
are a
to
god. I'd also like to address this. So someone was a god. So what? Yes, I know Christianity can sound a bit annoying. I mean, heck, I'm speaking as a Christian myself. But hey, just because someone's a god doesn't mean that they don't have the capacity to feel human. I mean, seriously, the excuse that if you're a god or something, you will automatically lose your humanity kind of annoys me because, well, it's never really handled right, except for some cases. But, anywho, the stupidity text continues. Go on, Pedro.
I don't know. But
You
if
don't
so,
know yet.
then we've been humbled by the blasphemy
And
and
reduced,
reduced. Sorry,
reduced
go
to
ahead.
the levels of those over whom we once towered.
Oh, fuck. Yes, limited to small pursuits, petty
No.
concerns, pretentious dialogue overload.
Now,
Anyway,
before we tackle the stupidity, let's also handle the text on page 16.
Oh, I want to say something. Okay, so basically, Doug Bonk is trying to.
Oh
make
wait,
the
hold on,
point
Pedro.
that-
Hold on, Pedro. It's probably best we handle that after page 16 because that's when you know
You're
the full
right.
thing.
You're right.
Limited to human concerns, Clark. Even if we don't feel human, what the hell?
Shut the fuck up!
And so, what do we do now? Oh, seriously?
Just
Our power was huge. Sorry, you want to say something, Lewis?
get a job.
But Lewis, our power.
It's funny you
Okay.
mentioned Waves. At this point in time, Wonder Woman had several human jobs, including working in a fast food sometimes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so pretty much
Just
the.
do that then.
Oh, Dwibs, we're going to talk more
That's
about that
why
later in the
Doug Monk
comic.
actually know the source material is working with.
Yeah, basically, Lewis, imagine if. Okay, let's take for example. You don't know any. I'm guessing. I'm going to take a wild guess and say you don't know anything about. Actually, never mind.
So,
We'll talk more about that later. Anywho, let's finish up reading this page.
Get a job, Dwibs. But our power was huge and awesome, Diana. And our loss can be okay.
Nothing
First of
less.
all,
What?
Superman doesn't say awesome ever. He's not really that kind of person to talk like that.
Superman
Anyway,
is radical.
but if we're both feeling the same, cut off and alone, I thought perhaps we could be alone to get.
We'll save that a bit for later.
Okay, later.
Two gods humbled by an act of God. Roll credits.
credits.
With no one else to turn to, but together will our humbling be cancelled or doubled. Oh, screw you!
Is this okay? Okay.
Sorry,
Is this
sorry.
a comic or a game show? But will it be cancelled or doubled? Join us
Oh.
in Deal or No Deal.
You know, actually, I never thought of that, but yeah, you're right, Dwibs. This is starting to sound like the dialogue you hear in a game show. Corny, but it's meant to grab your attention.
What's next? Someone that says, Superman, you're not the father. Yeah!
Oh, T.O., please don't remind me of that plot point.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
it's a risk we'll have to take, Diana.
And then they start making out. No, really, they do.
Let's just
Go on,
move
Reed.
to the next page. That's
Nope.
better.
With no
want to bring-
promises,
I want
Clark,
to,
no
let's not-
strings.
I want to say something though.
Yes, it's time.
Doug Moak is basically implying here that that basically these characters were so drunk with their powers that they felt like gods. Yeah, remember in the beginning of the comic where Superman was trying to seal that dam? You could just look at him and think, he's totally full of himself, right?
And even better, you remember how that news reporter brought up how if Superman were around, he could have easily handled a threat? Well, gee, I mean, even if they were arrogant, it sure didn't stop them from at least acting heroic. They never really... Well, it's not like they were extorting people for it. It's like, say, oh, if you pay me this, then I will save.
If I mentioned that, Jova, it actually makes me remind that when going also back on the full fact that the DC universe in this continuity looks like the Marvel Citizens. Actually, back when DC and Marvel had their crossover and switched the universe, Captain America ended up in the DC universe and Superman in the Marvel one.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing how the people reacted, yes, we actually went that far and make a joke about that. Captain America felt weird seeing people actually thanking him for saving their troubles, and actually considered that Superman actually was like forcing some kind of dictatorship on the people or something, while Superman, on the other hand, on Marvel Universe, basically said to the Marvel citizen, shut the fuck up and be quiet.
That to this day has quite possibly been the best social commentary on how screwed up the Marvel universe is.
No, but yeah, this whole thing about Doug Bone treating the DC citizens as the citizens of Marvel Universe for this continuity shows up once again how little does he know about stuff that it's not Batman.
Oh, by the way, Dwibs, why don't you give your 2 cents on this, since this is
Mm-hmm.
another one of the big stupid things about this comic.
again, I've noticed
I think it's been treated even in other media like movies, Waves, honestly.
I know I've said this before, but again, was this originally made on fanfiction.net? And then DC looked at it and thought, yeah, this will work.
Paris the
No,
Font,
this
Dwibs,
is
you're
not
insulting.
Shades of Grey.
Dwibs, you're insulting fanfiction. There's actually good fanfiction. This isn't even fanfiction, like Pedro said.
Anyway.
Anywho.
This is
But
well,
yeah,
we'll get to that.
we've talked
let's
more
go.
about this. I'll come back to this later when the comic tries to make another argument. But for now, page 17. Oh,
Yeah,
Page
God.
17 is page 17 can be summed up easily. It's Booster Gold telling that his stuff, some of his stuff was stolen, and he's talking also to Martian Manhunter saying that also Steel stuff was stolen. Yeah,
Next
try and say
page.
that 3 times faster.
Page
Page
18.
18 is actually.
Oh boy, here it comes. Let's start at the bottom
Yeah.
half, shall we? Basically, it's Guy Gardner's bar. Yes, that's Guy Gardner, who at this time was actually some superhero called the Warrior because, because he's kind of an a-hole. At some point, his Green Lantern was
We
taken away
talked
from him.
about him in the previous issue, I think, when I mentioned
we
our
didn't-
favorite Green Lantern stuff. Basically, he was one former Green Lantern. He was a big dude. Dibs, in order to imagine, to think of Guy Gardner,
Excuse me.
Eh, well.
Dwibs?
Dwibs had to burp. I guess we might as well just move on.
Whatever.
Anyhow.
No, I'll just tell to the audience, and Dibs will listen that in post production. In
Okay.
order to think of Guy Gardner, guys, think if Gaston from Beauty and the Beast actually got a Green Lantern ring and started doing whatever the fuck he wanted, but still doing like on a justice kind of level. That's Guy Gardner in a nutshell.
Oh, Guy Gardner, I'm very off and on with this guy. Of course, then again, that's his character, and for the most part, he's a good guy at heart, so I can give him that. He's quite possibly the whole jerk-ass with a heart of gold trope done to a T.
Yeah, basically we've seen his Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, and can't remember who's the third guy. Basically at Guy Gardner's bar, and think about exploiting their,
Okay,
stuff
have
and
you
making
guys
money.
moved on to anything?
No.
No.
Basically, Dwebs, let's just start at the bottom half of the page where they say, telling ya, Rex, she smiled at me. Because they're gonna do something stupid with Booster Gold.
Yes.
Alright, so we're on page 19 now.
No, page 18 still.
Oh, okay. Fall from grace? Yeah. What kind of title is that? An already professional nut job or just wacko on the side? What? Hey, I don't give a Owen House who for class. I like to trash class. I want to reach the public, not fancy Nancy book editors.
Oh, Dwebs, you're the perfect person to voice Guy Gardner.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, bottom line, babe, it's my autobiography, so my title sticks. The Guy Gardner Story by Guy Gardner.
That doesn't sound silly at all.
And since I mentioned it's hit the talk show circuit, when are you gonna have this thing written? How long? Fact checking. Hey, it's my story, so the facts are mine. You just write them.
This is my
Basically,
story.
yeah. Yeah, basically he's making a profit out of his former life as a superhero. Something that I don't know. I don't think Guy Gardner would do something like that. I don't know.
Guy Gardner's sort of the wild card of heroes. It's like, well, he does like to gloat a lot, granted not as much as certain other heroes. Guy Gardner's
I
the guy who will
guess.
just do his own thing, and since he's lost his powers, hey, might as well profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but basically, yeah, the rest of his page and the next one is basically, as I mentioned, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle thinking about capitalizing on their life as superheroes by, making books, selling their stuff, and stuff like that.
Booster Gold, in it for the money.
Page
Got
20.
to have money.
Page 19.
Oh,
Oh wait, never mind. It's just,
it's just
the guy who
confused.
is Metamorpho talking about how he's actually glad that he's not Metamorpho anymore.
Oh boy, page 20. More on the soap opera between Clark and Wonder Woman.
I'm
honestly,
so
it's not even a
afraid.
dialogue.
I'm so afraid, Clark.
I know, Diana. I know. Also, can I talk about how this panel looks absolutely silly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman doesn't even look like her. It's not even
They're
drawn
not even.
like.
Why are their eyes closed? Like,
I want to read this next bit. Truth is, can you guys handle the truth?
I'd rather handle the waitress.
Yo, blue cockroach, keep your grabby feelers off my employees.
Ouch!
Yeah, guess I was there too.
And cut to them going into the ever stereotypical bar fight. More at 10.
Oh boy, was I ugly. Funny thing though, I ain't afraid now. Nope, now I'm just terrified. Bunch of sissies.
Yeah, whatever. And
Yeah,
yeah,
page
he...
21 is basically getting a bar fight. 22, Guy Gardner wants in because he's like...
You wrecked the
what's name?
statue of my Guy Gardner figure thing.
Yeah,
Microbia webs! Guy Gardner's diving here!
yeah, he's like he's fucking Saxton
Oh
Hale.
god, page 23. Okay, my turn. Why? Why can't I love who he is rather than what he was? It feels like I'm being
Fuck
controlled
you,
by a
Lloyd.
really stupid writer!
So, wait a minute. So, if you... Never mind. I took this.
And don't come back, slugs!
Slug.
Told you Stiffer the Bill was going too far.
And he's
Just-
just boarding his busted
sorry.
statue.
Oh, back when I was the Beetle Blue.
That's
Oh, the lame ladies, my too.
filler. This is a filler. This is filler. Get to the
yeah.
show.
How old was
Yeah,
trying
Dwibs,
to
Dwibs.
boost before the rotten goose eggs came home to woost?
Okay,
Did
Dibs,
this suddenly turn into a PSA comic?
Yeah, leaves him.
Yeah.
Skip. Ding.
Yep, skip
24.
it. Oh, goody, page 24.
Six
Back to
months
Supergirl.
later. Halt! Police! Drop the person! Halt!
You do know that's Supergirl, right?
She suddenly had a guy's voice now. Halt!
And yeah,
Police! Drop the person! Halt!
Yeah, basically she's arresting a common burglar because now she's a police.
Oh,
You're under arrest.
oh, gee.
Oh boy, this is our page.
Oh, allow me to. Black light from the heavens was God's warning shot in the coming apocalypse, proving that these so-called former heroes are in truth fallen angels and yea,
Enough with the
even
angels
demons
metaphor, it's
whose
stupid.
arrogance.
Are we on Fox News?
Is this the opening of the church scene in Kingsman?
Yes.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, and cut to Guy Gardner
Dreams, it's
property.
you.
Are we still on page 25?
Yeah, it's still page 25.
After losing the powers
it's
of
Guy
two
Gardner.
heroes, first Green Lantern and then Warrior, how does Guy Gardner cope?
Well, Brian, it ain't easy, but luckily I'm compensating by being the best-selling celebrity author. Plus, I got me theme restaurant to fall back on, Warriors in West 57, where Wednesdays are rib night, and
Oh, maybe the Brimstone Hawker is right. Maybe we are demons. And
No,
what was
you're
inherent
not.
of our culture?
arrest reports, Miranda writes, rules of reg, everything done by the book, everything by the numbers. Not like the old days, not like the glory days.
Aw, how sad. She misses the day where she was a vigilante and didn't have to do due process of law. Because that's all superheroes think. I mean,
And
hey,
page
why not just
26 is
let them get killed?
Page 26 is a whole entire narration of
Oh, go ca-
Supergirl saying that she was wonderful being a super vigilante and do everything.
Can I read it?
Alright, sure, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's all so boring and dismal now. A bitter dash of new reality for the old superhero mindset.
Yeah, reality. I mean, because who wants to read a comic book where, awesome stuff happens? No, we want reality shows and comics.
Before the
course.
Black Light event, she was her own boss, all-powerful judge and jury. But maybe that was abuse of power, unnoticed until that power was lost. And yet a simple personality report will consume an hour, after which it could only react to some other crime already committed.
Sorry?
Damage already done. In the same time as Supergirl, she could have spotted 3 crimes in progress, 3 victims in peril, maybe 5. Wait, is this turning into that bit in The Last Airbender? Where
Hold on,
it said
Dweebs. Hold
some
on,
people can
Dweebs.
meditate for 4 days.
Oh,
Break.
hold on, Dweebs. Just keep on reading. I'm gonna have
She
a big
could have
point.
saved the victims, prevented the damage, acted instead of reacted. And surely that was power not abused, but judiciously used to...
Okay.
Finish that arrest report.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Am I the only one who loves how the comic right there, in those few text boxes, just contradicted the entire message behind this story and actually made the big argument for us on why this is stupid? It's like 1 minute saying, oh, it was an abuse of power, but then it says, objection! Actually, that power was used properly, not to mention the fact that using those powers, she could actually prevent more crime than before, she could save more lives, and then it ends on it saying that, maybe it wasn't even abuse of power, maybe it was just used improperly, which even still, she was using it for good!
Next page, 27. Oh, this one is the Flash having nightmares about the cop that got killed.
You lost the race. The bullet beat you. Lead poisoned my brain. You let me die.
Who are you, Solomon Grundy?
Please.
Shut up. And by the way, where's your mustache?
Yeah,
I miss
he
it.
had a mustache.
You're a worthless failure. A cop killer. My head exploded all over the... Actually, no, your head was just fine.
Just the dream. Same dream. Every night. Still can't escape it. Even after all this time. Can't run away from the memory. Not even in my nightmares, but
Yes.
I've got to do something.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on,
because-
Flash. It
because-
could be worse. You could be dreaming about having a pillow and running away
Yes,
with
because the dream alone was not enough. We had to explain through exposition what this means.
Let's play a game. Dwibs, you're not even a comic book fan, but how much of these messages could you get before they retread on them? Like, the whole angels fallen from heaven, the whole I wasn't fast enough, the whole I don't love you anymore. How subtle has that been for you?
Well, I'll put it this way, Jova. If they were actually, physical weights, I'd probably be dead right about now.
Yep, and that's another problem. This comic, when it's not being unsubtle, is redundant as all heck. I can deal with it's like I can deal with a stupid idea, but when it's repeated over and over, and I myself have to read it, well, I can't even say how angry I am. Pedro, you take it from me.
And then on page 28 is where all hell breaks loose, where all of the JLA people go absolutely fucking nuts.
Oh, but look at this. Only 4 can meet again because all the other superpowered members feel that, well, I'll just let the comics say for me.
Speaking of which, how these guys got here in the first place since it's a space station?
We're down to 4? Where is everybody?
Some are busy, swamped. Others have given up and see no point in continuing to meet.
Maybe because
rest
they're actually
is
just
their
moving on
fear.
with their lives.
We'll never be
whatever.
cured.
Gee, Wally, there's a positive attitude. You know what I mean, Linda. We'll never forget what it was like. Never stop craving the life. We'll only be cured if we're always recovering. Remember? We
What the hell
all
does that
agreed.
even mean?
Don't worry, Pedro. I'll handle that when we get through with this
To meet
scene.
like this, Wally, not to model ourselves on losers. Former drinkers are not losers. They're winning, one day at a time. Alcoholism is a disease which we are not alcoholics. We're dead, all of us.
Where did this come
Fuck is
from?
going on?
Okay. Yeah, you remember?
Then I guess you're not screaming, Harper, and I can't hear you because I'm buried 6 feet under. I'm serious. Look how we've reacted, except for before. Losing our powers has killed our reasons to exist.
Okay.
What's even going on?
Okay. If you told me that anyone involved in making this did not at some point laugh out loud in laughter, I would slap you 10 times and say you're lying. And do it while laughing my own head off. Seriously, did anyone actually think this was going to be taken seriously?
When did this suddenly turn into a comic about alcoholism? What does alcoholism even have to do with anything?
Oh, I'm going to bring that up after we're done with page 29. On to page 29.
Linda?
Arthur's right. Our powers were part of us, so part of us died. And maybe it's time to resurrect.
You have something in mind?
Yes, we've all lost our strength, but there's strength in numbers. I say we band together and reinvent ourselves.
As what?
I was thinking the sort of Phoenix group, reborn from the ashes.
And what would this Phoenix group do?
What we've always done. Stop crime, help people do good. Let's face it, our power was intoxicating, and we're addicted.
No!
Why not kick the habit without kicking the bucket?
Okay.
You mean give up our powers but continue being heroes?
Exactly. I got news, Linder. Our powers made us heroes. Wrong, Wally. They made it easy. Now we gotta make do with what we got.
Okay.
Learn new skills, take on new identities.
Okay, pause. Okay,
Why
pause.
not? Because without the powers, it's stupid. It won't work. Oh? Ever tell that to the
Basically.
Batman?
And now we come to now we come to the two big goals of Doug Moench of this comic. First, he wants to portray the superpowers, not the actual heroic stuff, but the powers themselves as drugs, stuff that they were addicted to. So yeah, get this. So apparently it wasn't bad that they were doing heroics, no. Apparently the reason was that they were bad because they were using superpowers. It made it easy. Yeah, it totally made it easy for Superman that time when he went against Doomsday.
Solaris, for example.
Well, or better yet, how about Doomsday? I mean, I'm sure he came out of that just fine. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
For those who don't know, I'm referring to the death of Superman. I bet you can guess what happened by the end of that comic.
It's called The Death of Superman.
He lives happily ever after and went skipping all around Metropolis.
Yeah. And that's only half of it, though. Here's the other thing. Doug Moench is suggesting that these heroes are convinced that the superpowers are what made them, and he's actually putting, if it wasn't bad enough that he portrays superheroing as, the powers as a drug, he then portrays the actual heroics they did as a habit. A habit, as in something that you don't want to have, something that's detrimental.
Yeah, is Doug Moench implying that people should have died or getting robbed, or
Pedro, what do you
should have
think?
been corrupted?
The stupidity,
Ha! A big bad double score. Kitties with paydays from Toyman and Luther. Soon I brokered the deal. I'm the boss, so listen up.
Mr. Joker, it's end since I brokered the deal.
Not now. It is now time to confront the irreducible and inevitable face of the future.
What the hell are you talking about, Joker?
About evil, you moron! About the turning of the world from light into darkness.
You're crazy.
Precisely, but I'm about to make perfect sense, even compared to everyone else in this bloody comic. A hero loses his power, he becomes a plumber. You lose your power, you become what?
Angry, but my power don't come from inside me, so I ain't lost.
Bingo! Cold gun, machine gun, technology rules, yeah! But even without our toys, we wouldn't want to go sappy with harps and violins while kissing babies and helping old hags cross the street, would we?
Hell no. I'd still want to score.
On to page 31.
Priorities.
Jackpot! We're still evil because we can't change.
Well now, mate. What about that bloody booster gold glandhander?
Shut up! Exception to every rule! The point is, we're greedy and evil. It's time to grab the opportunity for a payoff bigger than the moon! You see, while the neutered heroes move on to new and smaller lives, we fill the vacuum by going after the same old we've always craved. Money and power! Not to be confused with DC executives at the time. And it all began, kiddies, after a little hostile takeover by our sugar daddy behind the scenes. When upon we'll be moving into Russia digs, a new power base, so to speak, worthy of world ruling. Evil now, evil forever. Okay, can I point out how it's sort of awesome, but also kind of silly how the Joker is actually making sense here? Yeah, you're still villains, and the opportunity's the good time to take it. So,
It's such a shame this subplot doesn't go really anywhere.
It kind of does, but...
It's not as it's hinted here.
Yeah, which is sort of a shame. I would have loved to have seen a story about Joker taking advantage of a non-superpowered
Oh, but Joe, that
hero
would
world.
imply that I already forgot the name of him more. Doug Monk is actually a competent writer.
But it's the flipping Joker! You think he would know something about someone related to Batman? Oh, wait, what am I saying? Considering where this comic's about to go, I'm surprised he even knows enough about Batman. Okay, on to page 32. Oh, goody!
Whoa!
Yeah, page 32, yeah. Go ahead, Lives.
This haunt gives me the heebies.
Actually, Wally, I like it. It has the flavor of those great old pulp magazine, as does the Batman himself, with his cape, dark image, weird car, this cave.
What
Yeah,
I
I
like
should
about him is
probably-
what we all had before the black light. The freedom to do good without all the rules and the regs.
Yeah, I should probably point out, Martian Manhunter is also sort of a detective in his own right, since he took a lot of inspiration from a lot of detective shows he saw, hence the name John Jones and all that. Moving on.
You know, maybe I'll... Oh, sorry, Tia.
Maybe our Phoenix group should follow the game pulp traditions. No real powers, just costumes and gimmicks, skills and grit.
Like Batman.
Why, that sounds totally original.
Oh yeah.
Except he's had a lifetime to hone his skills, and we've never had to. Our powers were always enough, but now without them, well, I don't know what I am without my speed. We're all in that boat, Wally. Fish out of water. And what we have to do...
Ha ha ha! You get
Get it
it?
because he's Aquaman.
It won't be easy, and it may be impossible.
What?
And before we tackle page 33, let me point out the fact that Batman, who is supposedly a caring guy, never actually seems to come out of his cave for his friends, aside from that one scene in issue 1. Heck, he doesn't even go to see Superman, who at this point is established to be his best friend to the point where they're practically kindred spirits. And you're telling me that Batman would just wait for them to come crawling to him?
Did he secretly hate them or something?
I don't think
You see,
so.
Dwibs, that's a lot of things stupid writers like to do.
Continuity with All-Star Batman and Robin, therefore it makes perfect sense.
But this came out before that comic, so...
You see, Dwibs, here's the thing that a lot of stupid writers like to do. They always make it seem that Batman has a secret agenda, that he secretly doesn't like his fellow teammates and resents them, and thus will always have the means to take them down.
Wasn't there an entire story that revolved around Ra's al Ghul actually killing Batman and using his secret plans to take down every single member of the Justice League or something?
Why, yes. Yes, it was. And that comic helped establish why that was actually a wrong thing. Okay.
It's him!
Notice how the expressions of the characters. Anyway, I think we all know what you're facing, Batman.
No, John, you don't. Not even you. Not really. Not yet. You
don't
have
know
no
yet.
idea.
Maybe not, but we still want to try.
Again, Dwibs, that's Supergirl.
What?
It's more funny that way, Jova.
Okay. Learn what exactly?
How to how to keep doing what we've always done. The only thing we know, but with new human level skills, maybe gimmicks and gizmos.
Such as guns.
No. Guns would not be the sort of gizmos we're thinking about.
We've never employed lethal force, nor do we wish to start.
I'm tired of being a cop.
No guns.
Good, because for reasons of my own, going back a long way, I hate guns.
Yes,
Yeah, we've
yes,
never.
seen the fucking origin story like 3 jillion times already. We really needed to be reminded of that.
Oh, I'm sure
Not to-
that
not to-
non-comic
not to
book fans
mention-
like Dwibs
not
would
that-
know nothing about the Waynes getting shot of all things. Dwibs,
Not to
isn't
men-
this new?
Yep.
Yeah?
Not to mention, Batman, you've worked with these people before. You yourself should also know that these people are not that fond of guns either.
Also, Supergirl's comment, I'm tired of being a cop. What the hell? No,
She's only a cop
serious.
for like one day.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you're actually doing some good as a cop, so... Ah! If I picked that up...
But don't you get it, Jova? She's addicted to her powers.
On to page 34.
Fair enough. So how do we start?
By getting in shape.
But we're already...
Nope, not even close.
But-
Nope. Robin, show them the beginner's Regiment.
Hi guys. Hope you got hot tubs at home.
Basically, get good.
And we cut to Rex.
Again, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle doing...
Oh.
keep telling what we already know, pretty
Having
much.
power means having
While
responsibility.
someone else is while Metamorpho is playing a knockoff of Mega Man X.
So we're skipping to page 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Sonar. Fifth Bank is shaken down this month with those sonic powers of... Shake a leg, Flatfoots. Try to walk your bait. Chumps.
Police were again helpless in the face of sonic mayhem at today's broad daylight robbery of the Third National Bank. Sonar... Oh, never mind. That's you, Dwibs.
Pedro.
Actually, I gave nothing to Dwibs.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, he and Dwibs swapped
Sonar
Blue Beetle
again.
and him.
My nightmare. He creamed me, and I couldn't do a thing to stop him. Still can't. I'm powerless, going nuts,
You're
and he's
again.
still out there laughing!
Well, at least
You're
he's
already
self-aware.
Also, he actually is still wearing the costume. Creepy.
It's gonna get even worse. Page 26.
Faster, Wally! Beat your best time! Damn. I'll never be any faster.
Get back in the course.
Why? What's the point?
To master it.
Easy for you to say when you don't know what it's like to lose.
You're right. I can't identify with your loss because I never had power. You had it easy, and now you've got it hard. Never mind the
Fuck
fact
you,
that there have been
Batman.
several points where you've actually nearly died. Welcome to the club. Now either pay your dues or quit.
Alright,
Basically,
I
as
do
you-
quit. As of now. Maybe you were a bit rough.
No, if he's willing to go, he doesn't have what it takes to stay. And if he lacks that, he could get his whole team killed.
And
Okay.
it's pretty much easy even for us to realize that this comic is pretty much Doug Boink's love letter to Batman. Basically, everybody who has superpowers is either evil or addicted or full of himself, and therefore, obviously, Batman is the truly great hero here because he never had powers.
Not
You know-
counting that there are several people that, just like him, don't really have any powers and revolves around gadgets, like Green Arrow, I don't know.
You know, also the fact that, hey, Bats, yeah, just because you don't have powers doesn't mean you don't have, things that other people don't have. I'm pretty sure I don't have as big a fortune as you have, and I didn't have nearly as much the time and money to become my own crime fighter. Now, could I? Totally relatable.
Looks like one Phoenix stays at... Sorry, voice problems. Looks like one Phoenix stays in the ashes. Yes. Crashed and burned for a second time.
Funny. Well,
Do you understand the? Sorry, got it. Do you understand the risk?
but
Oh,
I
Yes.
understand you need a guinea pig for who wants to possess superpowers, Doctor, so here I am.
And if you'll sign these release forms in triplicate, please.
To reverse the black light event, I signed 1,000 times.
Raymond
Ray-
Palmer!
This
What?
is Ray Palmer trying to get back his atom power, even though the atoms are supposed to be technology.
It was from the belt. It had nothing to do with any powers. Why is he volunteering for this? Why isn't it someone like Superman or even Wonder
And why
Woman?
is Lex Luthor involved with the dwarf star technology of the atom?
Because
'Cause he
Lex
is.
Luthor wants to profit. More at 10.
Anyway, you read the rest of this page, I'll be right back.
LexCorp. Dr. Simon from Zengen on line 3, sir. Put him through.
We have our first subject, Mr. Luthor, a volunteer named Raymond Palmer, once known as the Atom.
A lightweight. But I suppose he'll do. Take him apart, genetically speaking. Find out what made his powers tick, and if they can, be made to tick again. You know, okay, it's like I'll give this credit. At least Lex Luthor and at least the likes of Lex Luthor and the Joker are in character. Then again, those two are quite possibly the most fun to write for, that it's almost impossible to mess up their character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Page 38. I want a complete genetic blueprint and complete control of this world's future. Oh, for God's sakes, really? Come on! Are you serious? Okay, I'm sorry. That has got to be one of the most unsettled things ever. Lex Luthor wants to control the world in the future. Gee, I would have never have guessed that. I need to lie down for a bit.
Alright, anyway, what page are we on?
The rest of the page
Page
is
38.
Flash, again moping at his past, watching the Flash Museum in Keystone City.
Yep,
Nothing new.
Twitch, it's your
Page
turn
39.
for... Okay, never mind.
So page 39?
Oh, goody, page 39.
We start with the Atom, and when we go back to our favorite moper.
New York. Oh, God, wait. Oh my God, New York actually exists in the DC universe? Huh.
Apparently.
I always thought they called it Metropolis, but there you go, New York, and oh wait, that's right, it's this plot point. I'm home, Clark.
And how's the Wonder Woman of Wall Street? Still squeezing fortunes from the high-tech sector?
Yep, Wonder Woman went to go work on Wall Street, as opposed to actually doing a job that could help people. But hey, maybe I'm just nitpicking. At least she's actually found a job.
Yeah, aside from instead of Superman who is still moping.
Maybe you should try getting a normal job. Oh my God, I'm actually speaking sense again.
Doing what, Diana? Reporting on the abject failure of Superman for the Daily Planet? Or just making money?
No, doing your job, you freeloader. Don't start, Clark. Not again. Not tonight. I'm tired of this entire endure.
Yes, already long tired of me. Screw this. Screw this fucking comic.
And to believe it or not, Glibs, it's gonna get even 10 times worse in issue 3.
Yeah.
He's finally coming too. You're the Atom again.
Not so loud.
Congratulations.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Not so loud, but you mean my power is back?
Yes, but we'd appreciate it if you could verify control of...
No! It's not back! Can't shrink myself any further! Nor can I enlarge to normal size and mass! There's no control! I'm stuck in this size!
Not to worry, Mr. Palmer, this is hardly the end of it. After a breakthrough like this, well, rest assured we're not about to give up.
But what can you possibly do now?
Well, perhaps microsurgery.
What?
But we'll have to consult on that and get back to you.
Page 41.
Back to the fucking Batcave.
Yeah.
Perfect, John. Keep thrusting your weight into it without losing balance. That's 20. Sorry.
Never mind, go on.
That's 20, Arthur. Go for 10 more. Yes! Go! 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 Like I never left.
It's almost like you leaving was incredibly pointless. Something to say, Mr. West?
Yeah, you were right, and I should never have quit. I can't bear being washed up. Gotta come back. Gotta reinvent myself.
Then jump back in and start catching up. Your teammates are ahead of you.
Thanks.
Wally
Risen
rises
from
from
the
the
ashes
ashen
again.
again.
Ah!
Welcome back to the Phoenix Group.
You do not get to... Well, to be fair, I guess
Not to
that
mention
turnabout
I'm
wasn't
so
made.
kid.
God dang it, that turnabout wasn't even made yet, but dang it! Moving on.
Something
Okay.
is wrong here.
Actually, I'm playing the Atom, actually. Anyway, something's wrong here. Maybe even sinister. I may be a physicist rather than a geneticist, but still, the very notion of microsurgery, it's patently absurd.
No, it isn't.
Microsurgery is real. It's been done for decades.
Yeah.
You moron.
I can't believe that a comic book of all things is actually calling a real-life thing absurd and unheard of.
Which means these Gen researchers are lying.
No,
oh,
it doesn't. Even if
Give me a
microsurgery
moment
wasn't
so I
a
can
thing...
bang my head into a wall.
Go ahead, Pedro.
Jesus Christ.
In the meantime, though, no, that doesn't mean they're lying. Even if microsurgery weren't a thing, it doesn't mean that they aren't actually gonna try it. I mean, it's the DC universe of all things. New cures are practically a thing you find every other day here. Oh,
This
well.
isn't even a good, like, all it would take was a simple Google search to get your facts straight. This isn't rocket science. Come on. Seriously.
Oh, and the
Anyway.
madness continues.
Okay, which means these are there and maybe hiding something. But what? Only one way to find out. By finding the researchers themselves. Even though they were already here, but whatever. Probably discussing their options right now. Voices from the adjoining office. And it sounds like... Cockroach! Moving fast! And I'm stuck at the size of the perfect meal. No time to find cover. Only hope is to outrun it.
Alright, so the test proved the
Whatever.
Cytosine.
triggered his
Phytocin.
dormant powers.
And page 43. Yeah,
But we also showed something else. Widely accelerated and erratic changes on the molecular level. So in one drastic sense, the experimental treatment backfired. And yet it also worked, meaning we're on the right track. Except for the one major detour. The track leads to a catastrophic derailing. Palmer's death from some new super gene cancer of our making.
Super
What?
gene cancer.
So let me get this straight. Microsurgery is absurd, but super gene cancer? No, that's just fine.
This is not just cancer, guys. It's super cancer.
Super gene cancer! You may pass it on to your kids!
South Park once made a joke about, there's a new form of AIDS, super AIDS. The big difference is that South Park made it as a joke. This comic is actually trying to convince us that there's such a thing as a super cancer.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't worry about that. Our benefactor has already promised more volunteers, willing or unwilling. Maybe so, but how much longer will he continue funding this effort? Relax, he's got the deepest pockets around. And for him, the potential payoff is enormous.
Gee, I wonder who they're working for. It's so incredibly subtle.
This experimental tinkering stage is just the start. And don't forget our ultimate goal.
And page 44, let's see what that ultimate goal is.
If we can crack the genetic code, we can corner the world market powers and control a cadre of designer super beings. But well, think about it. That's definitely worth the investment to a man like Loafer.
Oh, gee, they're working for Lufer. What a shock!
What if the other volunteers also die? Oh, quit being so squeamish. Progress always demands casualties. And always claims them.
I love Palmer's face.
Once it was all his heaven itself, and he wrote it freely like a god.
Actually, Gwibs, that's just
Different
narration.
narrations.
Once it was all his, heaven itself, and he rode it freely like a god.
No, he didn't.
Now he has been cruelly cast back down to Earth, a feeble prisoner of the planet, confined to weak glimpses of distant glories.
I'll have you know that Kyle Rayner was just a happy-go-lucky guy who just went with the ring. He didn't take it that seriously, you know.
He is no longer a god, and realizes he never was.
That's a pretty good point,
come to
actually.
think of it, there have
Kyle
been
had
plenty
the
of
ring
times
literally given to him out of nowhere. I mean, it's not like he. I mean, no, it's not like
Maybe
he was
this
born.
were Hal Jordan.
It's not like he was born with the powers or something.
Yeah, now maybe this was someone like Hal Jordan who at some point had practically centered his entire life around the ring. Then that would make sense. But this is Kyle flipping Rayner. Come to think of it, he's had plenty of times where the ring didn't work, and he didn't act this mopey.
Yeah.
He was just a man blessed with power, now powerless. He feels lower than a man, mocked by what he once had, but never truly appreciated.
Well, someone's mocking him, but I don't
So
think it's
awesome.
Oh, goody, page 45.
He feels taunted by heaven, by all the stars beyond the prison of his planet, by everything he once had but now has lost. Back then, he felt no urgency, no sense it would ever end.
Okay.
There was all the time in the world, in the infinity of worlds.
Are
Okay,
you sure
can
you aren't talking about the Flash there? That sounds for
Okay,
speed-based.
question. I have a question. Is there a need for us to read this part? Is there a reason for this narration? We already know all this. What's the point of this narration?
Oh, why,
This is
Pedro,
the
it's
Pedro.
good build-up.
Yeah, we need to get reminded constantly that these people were arrogant and godlike and
But we've
abused
already
their
est-
powers even though they didn't.
And it's also build up to Kyle Rayner's own little contribution at the end of this page.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Now that it has ended, there is nothing but time, but only in this world and no others.
It sounds like you're talking about a time-traveling hero. What?
Never again will he know the vast majesty of colossal infernos heating their cool worlds.
Do you even know what hero you're even talking about at this point?
For him, heaven has been reduced to unknowable points of mystery, small and cold for even the most powerful telescope. Excuse me. He was Green Lantern. Now, he is Kyle Rayner, and nothing more. It makes him scream.
Ah, that's fine, but it's still not as powerful as a yarg of Spider-Man in one more day.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Can it get any worse? Spoilers, yes it can. Page 46.
Not sure paperclip pythons will work, but that lab table is a mountain. And it must be climbed before the cockroach comes back. Okay, so yes, everybody. Apparently that's the Atom's role in this comic. His quest to get away from the cockroach.
Do we even see how we got away from the cockroach?
Yes. A lot harder than getting down, but I made it. Back to the phone.
I think we could very well see this. It is a comic book, after all.
Only memorize the number of one Justice Leaguer.
What?
Time to jump. What is it?
He only memorized the number of one Justice Leaguer. Ray Palmer, the genius who on record has quite possibly one of the best photographic memories of the entire Justice League cast, could only remember one phone number.
Time to jump the buttons and hope he's home.
Oh, not now.
I know the
John,
feeling.
it's Ray Palmer. I'm at a place called Zengen in...
Hello? Speak up, please. Is anybody there? I'm sorry. Must be a bad connection. Please call back.
And page 47.
Oh my god, this... Okay. No, don't hang up, John! It's me, the Atom! I'm in trouble! I'm trapped in... Got too small to make myself heard. Got to find some other way. If only to leave a message after my death. Somewhere here in the dollhouse. There. I may never be found. Never even noticed. But it's the only chance. My only hope of warning the others that... Oh, it's happening again! There's super gene cancers!
Oh.
There's super gene cancers! We're wrecking a bunch with my power!
Ow.
We shrink without control!
Sorry, I think I hit my head on purpose there.
Oh, God.
And on to the final page of the comic.
Okay.
Let's do
Can't
it.
stop it! I'm helpless! Shrinking right through the doll...
What?
What?
Shrinking right through the floor?
Yes, the
How does that
subatomic
even
level.
work?
How does that even work?
He's apparently shrinking to the subatomic level.
Down into the surface of the lab table. I'm subatomic now and still shrink. No, it's stopping. Reverse.
Okay, seriously, what the hell? But it's supposed to be cancer. Shouldn't it be making him shrink to the point where he doesn't exist, but now he's growing back to normal size?
Why? It's all this so we could have an explosion at the end.
This comic manages to be stupid to the very last page.
Now I'm abruptly enlarging. My power completely haywire. It's happening too fast. I'm still embedded within the tabletop's atoms. My expanded mass could unleash the miniature atomic.
Concluded in book 3, The Fires.
Holy
Hell is that name? Okay.
What was with the enactment of that Ant-Man scene there?
Actually, dweebs, it's a thing that has been in the comics since the 60s, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So Ant-Man really didn't make anything new.
Okay. We're gonna take a break from this comic, but before we do that, let's give our thoughts on this particular issue and the story so far.
Aside from the fact that it's complete shit.
The plot makes no sense. The characters are all idiots or assholes or pretentious fucks or
And the only good ones are just, vanished from the comic for using their common sense.
And the best characters who are actually in character are the villains. Not just Okay, since we may or may not confront the final comic book today, I'm just gonna say I agree with you guys and save my strength for later. Dwibs, do you have anything to say?
Nothing new. So
Okay then. Well then, audience, the conclusion will come in part 3, where... Oh dear lord, it gets stupider.
Yes, it actually is.
Uh-huh. See you then.